What's really got me excited though and hyped up for this game is LSU. Yes, they have the better offense than Alabama, but Alabama has the better defense. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. We're skipping Thanksgiving. We're going straight to Christmas. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I got Home Alone recorded. I'm probably going to watch that at least 30 times. And then Home Alone 2. And then, what's the nerve? Oh, yeah, the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with Clark Griswold. I got all of them ready. I'm ready. The tree's going up tonight. But before we do all that, we got to do the Alabama and LSU preview. It doesn't get too much bigger than this, ladies and gentlemen. We got Alabama at home, number 8, ranked 8th in the newest college football poll versus 14 LSU. Bama and Nick Saban, they're trying to get the revenge because remember what happened last year? LSU in Brian Kelly's first year upset Alabama 32-31 on a walk-off 2-point conversion. I don't think anybody called that last year. That was one of the wildest games of all time. And that was the game that put the nail in the coffin for Alabama's playoff chances because it didn't matter what they did after that. They won out, but they still couldn't get in. And I'm really curious to all my LSU fans, let me know in the comment sections. This is a big-time game for you because for us Alabama fans, this game means everything. Number 1, it's a revenge game. And number 2, every game's a playoff game from here on out. We need it, man. We really do. But real quick, I want to show y'all this. This was a comment left on one of the recent videos. Last night, I recorded my live reaction to the CFP rankings, and on that video, here's what Game Junkies had to say. By the way, cool username and an even better profile pic. To give y'all a fun fact, that was my first college football game, NCAA. I believe that was 06 that I ever played. I remember like it was yesterday. My uncle bought me that game for the PS2, and yeah, that's just back in the good old days, man. When you don't got to worry about bills, none of that. You just got the PS2, you're a kid, and you're enjoying life. Times are simpler back then in video games. At least in my humble opinion, they hit better back then. I don't even play video games anymore. Maybe that's because I've grown up, but I just feel like video games are not the same. And also another reason they're not the same is because we don't even have an NCAA game anymore. Anyways though, here's what Game Junkies had to say. Hey Matt, I just wanted to get on here and say that I've been struggling with depression and anxiety for so long, and your videos have really been a saving grace in my life. To be able to come home from work and watch an entertaining college football video with the best community on YouTube has really helped me through hard times. Thank you. Hashtag Matt Saves Lives. I really don't know how to say that besides it means a lot to me. It's bringing a tear to my eye, and I'm glad this can be a place where everybody can just come together and we can have a good time and escape reality for 10 to 12 minutes of your day. I'm trying to hold it together here, but those are just some very humbling words, and I greatly appreciate that. To Game Junkies, though, I will say this. Number 1, thank you for your support, but number 2, I hope your depression and anxiety, it gets better. We all got so many problems going on in our life. You never know what anybody's going through, and the only advice I can really give you is just to keep grinding and hopefully time will heal. I'm just extremely happy this can be a place you come to relax, kick back, and enjoy yourself. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. As much as I enjoy making the videos, and trust me, I love making them, and I think you guys know this, it makes it 10 times better when you all enjoy it as well. We got a heck of a community, man, and you guys, you've seen all that crazy hashtags people leave. We just like to have a good time here, we really do. And I'll say this, and we got to get a move on. I am beyond happy and grateful to be a part of this college football community as well. Each and every single one of you watching this video, you are what makes this community. I'm just one guy. We nearly have 300,000 subscribers. Y'all are what makes this channel what it is. It's not me, it's y'all. So thank y'all for everything y'all have done. And I know I don't say it enough, but I think you guys know how appreciative I am. Yet again, humbling words from Game Junkies, and I'm glad this can be your safe haven, and I hope you continue to enjoy your time here. With all that being said, though, we gotta get back into the football talk and talk about this Alabama versus LSU matchup. And man, oh man, I'm not gonna try to hype this up because I think y'all know this. We got a good one. Like I already stated, 14th ranked LSU versus number 8 Alabama in Bryant-Denny Stadium under the lights. 6:45 estimated kickoff time. Probably won't actually kick off till 7 p.m. because we know how that goes. And that is Central Time, by the way, and as where it stands, I haven't seen it yet. Gonna pull it up right here. Okay, Alabama is a 3-point favorite. Makes sense. Anytime Alabama's a home team, you can mark that down for right at about 3.5 points. And it's got me wondering, I wonder if this was a home game for LSU, if LSU'd be favored, because I think they might have been. Rare or less, though, no need to talk about it because that's not the case. Okay, I'll do it. I'll address the elephant in the room. Let's start out with the quarterbacks. LSU arguably has one of the best quarterbacks in the country, and in my eyes, in my humble opinion, a leader for the Heisman Trophy in Jaden Daniels. The only reason he's not getting more Heisman love than he should be right now is because LSU does have 2 losses. But if LSU was undefeated right now, he'd be leading the Heisman race, but different conversation for a different day. He has been nothing short of fantastic this year. 25 touchdowns to only 3 INTs, man. Doesn't get too much better than that, and 2,500 passing yards. Pretty dang good if you gotta ask me, and also he is second in the nation with a total QBR of 91.8. incredible. How about that? Does not get too much better than that, ladies and gentlemen. And on the flip side, well, we know what's been going on with Alabama's quarterback situation. There's no more quarterback dilemma there. Jalen Milroe, he's the guy. And although his stats are severely underwhelming compared to Jaden Daniels, I don't think they're as bad as they seem. Only 1,600 passing yards with 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. But check this out. Top 20 in QBR in the nation with 76.5. That's pretty dang good. It is worth throwing in there that Jalen Milroe and Jaden Daniels on the ground also have 5 rushing touchdowns. You don't got to be a rocket scientist to figure out that LSU has the far better quarterback in this game. Heading into the season, I had Jaden Daniels as my QB1 in the entire SEC. But I will say this, with the way Jalen Milroe has been playing recently, I don't think he's too far behind Jaden Daniels. I think he is behind, but not too far. As far as it goes for running back play for both of these teams, I think it's 1A, 1B. Logan Diggs has been pretty good for LSU, and same thing for Jace McClellan for Alabama. As far as it goes for receiver play, I'd also give the edge to LSU and Malik Neighbors. He most definitely is the best wide receiver in this game. Jermaine Burton has been a bright side for Alabama, but he's been a little, I guess you'd say, inconsistent. And you could also blame that on Jalen Milroe. It's not rare to see the team with the better wide receiver also has the better quarterback, if that makes sense. Jaden Daniels has nearly 1,000 more passing yards than Jalen Milroe, so of course his wide receivers are going to have better numbers. But I'd say overall, when it goes to the wide receiver room in total, the top 3 or 4 guys for Alabama and LSU, that's also 1A, 1B. Alabama's got 4- and 5-star recruits playing wide receiver, and same thing for LSU. What's really got me excited, though, and hyped up for this game is LSU, yes, they have the better offense than Alabama, but Alabama has the better defense. And take a look at this. In their last 5 games, LSU has scored 34 points, 49 points, 49 points, 48 points, and 62 points. Pretty much, in LSU's last 5 games, they're averaging a 50 burger. On the flip side for Alabama, look at their opponents in their last 5 games. 10 points, 17 points, 20 points, 21 points, and 20 points. So roughly, LSU, like I said, is averaging 50 points per game, and Alabama's defense is only allowing about 17-ish points per game. We'll say 16. Or we'll do an even number. We'll just round it up to 20. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think you know exactly where I'm going with this. Something's got to give. Either A, LSU's offense is going to have a rough day, or B, Alabama's defense is going to have a rough day. No in-betweens. Or actually, there could be an in-between, but you get what I'm trying to say. But let's dig a little deeper, okay? Let's take a look at this. LSU's last 5 opponents. Arkansas's defense, not that good. Ole Miss defense, come on now, it's Lane Kiffin, not that good. Missouri's defense, not that good. Auburn's defense, that did somewhat surprise me because Auburn's defense has been pretty decent this year, so I'll give them a pass on that. And then Army, we know they're not that good. On the flip side for Alabama, let's take a look at their defense. Held Ole Miss to 10 points. That's really, really good. Ole Miss is a great offensive team. Held a average Mississippi State team to 17 points, a decent A&M to 20 points. Arkansas, not that good, 21 points. And then Tennessee, they have a high-powered offense, 20 points. I'm going to throw this in there right now. I think this is the best defensive team LSU has played all year, and this will also be the best offensive team Alabama has played this year, and that's why it makes the matchup so intriguing. You got 2 powerful forces going right at it. And it's funny because I remember previewing this game last year, and I tried warning Alabama fans weeks. I said it weeks before the game that Jaden Daniels is going to give this Alabama defense some problems. And yeah, we all saw what happened. He most definitely gave him problems last year. But here's the kicker with that. Alabama's defense last year was way worse than this year's defense. Alabama's defense this year is much improved. However, vice versa, LSU's offense has improved since last year, at least in my opinion. As good as Alabama's defense has looked this year, I expect that LSU offense with Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors to put up points. And if I was an Alabama fan, this would somewhat concern me. Do you really want to get into a shootout with Jalen Milroe back there as quarterback? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Because as good as Jalen Milroe has played in these past couple of games, Alabama's defense, the most they've given up in the past 5 games is 21 points, and that was to Arkansas. I still don't know quite just yet if Jalen Milroe is the guy you want back there if you're going to get in a shootout like you did against Texas. So with that being said, I don't think the X factor is Jalen Milroe and Alabama's offense. It's the defense. You don't want Jalen Milroe going out there down 7-0, and then he ties it, and then he's down 14-7, then he ties it again, and then he's down 17-14, and then they tie it again, then so on and so on. You know how it goes. You don't want that because that's when Jalen Milroe starts to push the panic button and he applies too much pressure and he tries to get it all back on one play, one throw. You want Jalen Milroe going out there up by 7 points, up by 10 points, and maybe possibly 14 or 17 or so on, or at bare minimum have the game tied. And although I expect this LSU offense to hang up points on Bama, I don't think they're going to have their way with this Bama defense. I expect Alabama to bend but not break. LSU's going to get some chunk plays, but can you hold them to a couple of field goals? That'll help out a lot. My magic number in this game is 30 points. If LSU scores more than 30 points, they win this game. If they score less than 20 points, they lose. And with that being said, I think this Alabama defense will hold them to fewer than 30 points. I got Alabama winning this game. I guess you could say somewhat high scoring. 35-28. That is my score prediction. Now, it is worth throwing in there. I didn't talk about this too much, but I'll talk about it right now. Ain't no big deal. LSU's defense, not the greatest. I think that's self-explanatory. They gave up 39 to Mizzou, not 49, my bad, 55 to Ole Miss, and 31 to Arkansas. I think Alabama should be able to pretty much have their way with this LSU defense. 35-28, I'm rolling with the Tide. I'm curious, though. Let me know your thoughts down below. But Romany!